Today we have a couple guests on. We got Kat and we got Claire. And we're gonna talk about some alien stuff, interdimensional beings, and some would you rather questions on this episode of Questionable Thoughts. So last night, and the night before, we started watching this show called Solar Opposites. It's the creators of Rick and Morty, and they created a new show, and what I think is some actual exposing of what is going on behind the scenes. And, I got some theories on it, and we chatted a little bit last night about what could be truth in cartoons that they make a joke. And, the intro to the show is all about how the planet that was their utopia got blown up, right? And when it got blown up, there was this giant shockwave that looked like Saturn's rings. And if you know or if you don't know, the elites, the people at the top, worship this planet of Saturn, and it is evil. Supposedly, it represents Satan. And so what I'm thinking is, what if Saturn was actually exploded and the rings that are surrounding Saturn are the shock waves of the gas that was in the center of the planet, and it was actually an exploded planet, and the aliens that lived on the utopia that was Saturn, that are actually evil aliens, fled the planet and came to Earth as the inhabitable planet that they can, and they're actually interdimensional, and we can't see them. That's why we haven't seen them come on to Earth, because we can't see past the third dimension. And the elites, like the whole religion and spirituality thing that they worship is by taking these crazy psychedelics and doing crazy rituals to invoke the interdimensional beings while they lift the third dimension, the veil of the third dimension, out of their sight so they can make contact with these aliens from different dimensions and do telepathic communication to reach them and get intellectual ideas and evolution of evil to take over the planet. And it got me thinking, it's crazy that they're literally saying in the show that aliens live among us, and they pretty much are, or that humans are basically a little experiment. And they have this section of the show where these children aliens have a wall of humans that they control their reality. And it's crazy.
It's like an ant. What is it called again?
An ant farm.
Yeah, an ant farm. So they're all living in there, and they have their own world, and it's kind of weird because they're like bartering and stuff in there, and they're like trying to figure out how to take it down, but they can't.
Yeah, they're
trapped. They like shrink them.
Yeah, they shrink them, and then they put them in this little
ant farm.
Yeah, basically, and it's like a human farm.
Yeah.
That they created a little world inside of, and they have their own religions and stuff that they all made.
And it's kind of weird because in the show, like, the aliens obviously look like aliens other than, like, the people in the show. But all the people in the show look at them and say, oh, you're bald. Or, like, you're weird looking. But they never say, oh, you look like an alien.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe that's, I don't know, maybe there's aliens here and we just think that they look
maybe.
For
like
real,
us.
Yeah.
All the bald people.
Yeah, all the bald people are actually
just
aliens.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then when we watched last night, it's like he was being a magician, and since he's an alien, he has crazy powers that humans don't have.
Yeah.
And so he became like the most popular magician ever because he used his alien powers to perform magic in front of humans, and they were just blown away, and they didn't realize he's actually an alien.
Yeah.
So all these crazy pop stars are like doing amazingly talented things. They could easily be aliens. Like David Blaine could easily be an alien, dude. Because he's out here making coffee into pennies in front of your face. I don't know how that could be possibly done.
Me either.
It doesn't make any sense. And he held his breath for, I don't even know how long he did it, but for hours he held his breath.
Is that the guy who did the balloon thing?
Which one?
He had a ton of balloons and he had them attached to him, and then he was he went super high in the air for his daughter or something. Is that David Blaine?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
I think that's the one, but it was like a 40-minute video, and it's just of all this like preparation, and he basically just like goes up in the air with a ton of balloons tied to him, and like slowly pops them to land and stuff. It's really crazy, and he has to learn how to breathe properly because
the atmosphere is so different.
He's like high up, like when you can see it, like they had cameras everywhere, obviously attached to him and everything. But they could see him, and he was, like, getting, like, super high, like, higher than the clouds.
That's insane. With the cloning thing. Mm-hmm. Since they're interdimensional aliens, or as what, people have said that are, like, know a lot of stuff, since they're interdimensional aliens, the cloning, they also had, like, a cloning reference with the what's it called? Like, when you have, like, a partner that's a girl in Magic.
Oh, an assistant.
Assistant, yeah. So he cloned a bunch of assistants because he needed assistants.
He didn't. The robot lady did.
Yeah, the robot lady did. But it's like, what if, like, these beings are interdimensional, right? So they can't live on our plane. So since they have these cloning centers, they can easily just create a soulless clone, and then jump into the body because it doesn't have consciousness yet, and then their interdimensional soul can jump into this body and live through our dimension as an alien.
Well, they were all like deflated at the end too.
Mm-hmm.
They were, like,
he was like throwing them in the garbage. Like just deflated ladies.
Yeah, it was creepy, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a weird show that could easily be hints as to what's really going on, because a lot of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it. And truth is definitely stranger than fiction, and we have no idea what actually goes on because we're only getting an inkling of truth from the governments and everybody who actually knows the real secrets of the universe. We have no idea.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
I think that as they became more famous with Rick and Morty, they obviously made connections with high up people that know a lot more than the average citizen and person does. And they probably said, holy crap, we should actually start telling the truth through a joking cartoon so people, like, don't actually think it's real, but, like, we're still releasing what's actually going on. Because that's what I kind of want to do, And it's like, it's when you actually come out and say the truth and someone else doesn't like you saying the truth, they're going to shut you down because they don't want everybody to know. But when you hide it through comedy and jokes and fictional stories, then you can get away with it because it's a fictional reality that's not actually saying this is what's happening. It's saying, oh, well, this is a fictional reality that doesn't actually exist. But they still tell truth through it because they want to get the truth out.
Yeah.
Well, when you're, like, watching it, you don't really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless,
then, like,
with him,
yeah,
like, having
with
you here, like, we're like, oh, yeah, like, that does make sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like the people that are closed-minded to that kind of stuff probably won't notice it, and they're just going to be like, oh, it's some dumb show.
Yeah.
But if you think about it more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I feel like even kids shows, like SpongeBob, all those things, even if it wasn't about, like, what they're talking about in the solar opposites, it's like they were saying things that adults only knew in a kid's show, and it's like that kind of thing. Like, you don't notice until later.
Yeah, like when you watch SpongeBob episodes, you're almost like, oh, well, that's actually about something.
Yeah. Like, the whole show is based off, like, the 7 Deadly Sins. So that's, like, starts out with something.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Like, all the characters are their own. It's like, I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know Mr. Krabs is greed, SpongeBob is lust, Patrick is sloth because he, like, is lazy and, like, eats and stuff. Who else? Sandy, I think, is pride, and then Squidward's I think there's is it anger or is it I can't remember, but anyway,
maybe
all
like
the characters
Judgment or something.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so you can. I think for Patrick, it's either sloth or gluttony or something like that. But that's like what it's based off of, and so that's crazy to look at that, like a kid's show that we all just watch and think's really funny.
Yeah.
And then it's like actually.
Well, like as like when you're like older, like you are now, it's like if you were to make a show, you're gonna kind of relate your life to it a little bit.
Yeah, use your brain to make it. You're not gonna like make a little kid, because if a little kid wrote a show, then it would be like what.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And all these shows have so many subliminal messages in it because that's just how they work. They they want to put messages into people's minds so that they think it, like when the Jonas, remember, you guys are obsessed with the Jonas Brothers. Remember when they got purity rings?
Oh yeah.
Obviously, the purity ring represents not having sex, but it's the thought of sex in itself that made little girls say, "Oh my God, I want to have sex." Like it just puts the thought of sex in your mind, whether it's not having sex or having sex. It's just the thought of sex itself with little boys in your mind.
Oh.
It's male. Oh my God, that's my motorcycle parts.
Go get it.
Yeah. No, wait. Okay. But yeah, it's like these people, they put subliminal messages to make you think about things that you probably don't even understand you're thinking about, but you're still thinking about them because they made you think about them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. When adults make cartoons for kids, they're thinking as adults to what to put into the minds of kids.
Yeah.
I think, at least. But yeah, I think that's... We rest our case. I think that's a pretty good point.
In at least every show, like especially the ones that are closer to like Rick and Morty and stuff. Also, another one that's like really crazy that I was like, why do they get away with saying all the stuff they can? Like they're shutting down all these kids shows like Curious George and Muppets they're saying about racism and stuff right now.
For real, dude.
They're saying all that stuff, but then like in like Family Guy, they talk about everything, and it's like
and
aggressive, and so it's like it's kind of like they're like turning a blind eye to that show, and it's like, but they're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be. So like I don't know, it's kind of scary.
Well,
it's
maybe those kids shows didn't have the subliminal messaging.
Maybe.
So that's why they're shutting it down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's interesting to see, like, what they are saying is, like, bad for us to watch or for kids to... I guess it is, like, a kid's show. Like, you're not going to make your kids sit down and watch Family Guy.
I watched Family Guy when I was a kid. I don't know
about
you guys. Yeah,
I didn't start watching until I was, like, probably in high school. But, that I feel like those kinds of shows always have something in them. Yeah. Or they're talking about what's going on in the world right now, too.
Yeah.
Hey, she steps on the power button all the time, and it's so annoying. I'm like literally working on stuff, and then she just like, turns my computer off, and everything I've done just like gets deleted.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's chewing this thing so hard.
All right, would you rather time?
Would you rather time?
Okay, cool. I have the best would you rathers ever. I think I don't know. It's just that's just what the topic said. Okay. Number 1. Would you rather the alien that makes first contact be robotic or organic?
Oh. I think organic because robots are freaky.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
What would that mean? Someone would have to make the robot. So then there's something else out there that made them. So if it's organic, then at least we know what everything is.
Yeah.
We don't, like, because if it was
you're right.
If it's a robot, you don't know who made that.
Some other alien made the robot.
So at least it's all out there.
Also, robots are way harder to kill.
Yes.
That's
because
true.
Because they don't have blood. I mean, they may have oil or like some liquid, but robots like Terminator, you can't kill Terminator because he's a freaking robot. But it's like if it's an alien, they have soft, mushy heads that you can shoot, you know. But a robot has multiple shots, and you don't even know if the controller or mechanism that controls this whole thing is in his head.
Yeah.
Who knows? Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Oh gosh. Honestly, probably read because then you could have someone read to you.
Yeah, audiobooks, dog.
Because speaking is different, like that would
How you can't communicate.
Yeah.
But also sign language.
I know sign language, so I could do that, but
who needs to? You don't even need to read.
You don't
anymore.
even really need. I feel like once you get to a certain age, you don't read things daily, but it's not like, oh, I need to read right now. Like unless you really like reading books.
Yeah, but can you imagine like looking at words and just seeing a bunch of random shapes that you can't even understand?
No.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Like, what about if civilization was wiped out and you have no one to talk to? And you can't even read now?
Yeah, that's...
I guess that's true. Or you're in jail.
Yeah.
And you want to read. I've been watching 60 Days In, and they read a lot of books.
They do. Like, some lady, like, read, like, 3 in, like
2 days or something like that. Yeah.
Speed reading. I tried to do that. I tried for like a week. And
wish
it
I
actually
could-
works. You just literally just like use your finger and then you weirdly
Your brain,
comprehend it. It's
yeah.
weird, dude.
You know what? If you watch shows with subtitles on them, it actually is good for reading comprehension and can make you like faster at reading.
Yeah.
And you'll learn more words. Like once I started using captions, I like feel like I use bigger words like randomly. I'm like, wait, where did that come from? But I just like saw it on a show or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't even. It's like subconscious. Like you're like, oh.
Just gets stored in your brain.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue? I don't know what that means.
What's
I
a
don't know what that
golden
means either.
voice? Like a good singing voice, maybe? Or
Yeah.
what's a silver tongue like being?
A silver tongue is probably like being articulate.
Oh.
Like, would you rather be able to sing really well or be able to like speak with good vocab?
Oh.
Sing.
I would want to sing because
Yeah.
I can't
I
sing.
can't sing either.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
how
okay
cool
with
would
my
it be to just
vocab
belt
right
out
now.
some like
yeah.
beautiful vocals.
Yeah. Like if you could just sing.
Yeah, I'm with you
Oh.
guys. Just serenade the crap out
If
of
we
like
all just started singing
anyone.
right now.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Do like some acapella.
Yeah.
All right, would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales? Fur.
Fur,
Yeah.
because I feel like you could shed it and it wouldn't be as painful.
And then
I
you
s-
wouldn't have to wear clothes.
yeah.
You could just be
It'd be
naked
so
all the
warm.
time. Yeah.
Oh, but if you had scales, I guess you could swim with fur too. Just be heavier to swim in the water.
Yeah, but imagine like what would you rather pet? A lizard or a dog?
A dog.
A dog, because he's fluffy and cute. But
Yeah.
lizards are cool looking, but they're not cute.
But do you want to be touched?
I love being touched.
What if you just like are? It depends what area you're in. If you wanted to be covered in that, but would we still look like a human? Because it'd be dope to be a scaly human.
I don't
No, it would
No,
What
not.
if you're shiny?
I'd rather be Sasquatch.
I'm
than
thinking
a
of like
lizard
rainbow
person.
fish.
No, you're thinking of the boy that's a mermaid.
Oh yeah, the
What
mermaid
is it?
show. I don't even know.
The Disney
Mermaid Tale
Channel.
or something. I forget. So funny.
This one's good. Would you rather be in jail for a year or lose a year off your life?
I would do the jail for a year because of that show.
Yeah, just to see
But
how
it
is,
depends what
maybe.
jail.
No, you do not.
What?
Jail sucks.
No, but it's such an interesting experience. Like
But
you
what if you got
come out being like, "Oh, I'm gonna live life to the fullest because I've been in a box for the
That's
last
true.
year."
I guess you'd probably
Like
look at life
you have
a
to
lot
watch that
differently.
show. I'm
Unless
telling
someone
you.
like killed you, then
Yeah.
it'd be over.
Like unless you're,
yeah, I guess that's
do you go to jail like with? Because like in the show, you go and you have protection. Like you have a signal if there's like violence or like you
yeah,
think
but you're
that
not gonna
someone's
be on
after
the
you.
show.
I know,
You're
but
just
what
gonna
I'm
be in
saying
prison.
is, if you were to go to jail for a year, would it be for a real crime? Would you have to
Hey.
commit a crime first? Because if you just go in with nothing, then you might have some kind of protection. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, jail's a rough place, dude. At least prison's a
Yeah.
rough place. Jail's a little bit different.
I just get put in.
I went
what
to
is
jail.
it,
I went to jail for
solitary
like 7 hours,
Yeah.
and it's not fun. It's just white walls and History Channel about
But-
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right. Would you? Okay, I'm gonna answer. I would rather lose a year off my life because a year when I'm like 85 isn't gonna be that
I
fun.
feel like it's the same equivalent. But no, what if you don't get to choose what year you get? What if you had to lose the
It was,
year
like,
your
really
daughter
good.
was born or your son was born or like something like that? What if you just like disappear for
We
a
can
year?
never know.
But like what does that even mean? Like you just
Yeah.
don't
You probably
live
you
till
die
100?
you die a year.
What if
sooner.
you're gonna make it to 100 and then you just didn't?
Bro, living at 100, you're just chilling in a chair, just like sipping orange juice
You don't
because
know
you have
that.
dentures
Nana's
and you
gonna
can't
be-
eat solids.
Nana's gonna be crazy at 100 running around.
I guess, yeah.
Uh-uh.
She's how old is she now?
She's probably like
85?
85, I think. Cause no, she
No,
might
she's
be
not
84.
85.
84 or 83 because Papa's like 87
That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude. That's insane.
this year, I think. Yeah.
She's gonna live until she's like 120 or something.
Yeah, she is. She's crazy. She's super Nana.
Okay, we'll do one more.
'Kay.
We gotta find a good one. Okay, last one right here. Would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you, or all birds try to attack you when they see
Oh,
you?
shit.
Dogs.
I think no, because dogs would imagine him as a full-grown dog biting you, Or a bird pecking at you.
But can you imagine? Have
But
you
there's so many
seen
more
the
birds.
giant flocks of
I
birds?
guess you come
You
in
can get them
contact with
away.
more birds.
Yeah, dude. Can you? Yeah.
Stop.
Can you imagine like when you see those giant flocks of crows in the IKEA parking lot?
Yeah, I
Can you
guess
imagine
you come.
all of
poop all
them?
over you.
Oh,
You
dude,
come in
yeah.
more contact with birds in a day than you would a dog. Like, you can avoid dogs. You can't really avoid birds.
And you don't
Yeah.
know if
Stay
they're all gonna
inside.
like bite or. I mean,
Dude, some dogs are mean. But like
doesn't
a
say
lot of
that.
people, not a lot of people have big dogs.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
true.
people have little tiny
dogs,
dogs.
you can just,
I can
kick
punt
them.
those. You can just I can punt that thing 40 yards. If I can punt a dog 40 yards, I'll let it attack me
I'm trying to get.
because I can take them out. But birds swoop down at
Yeah.
freaking 40 miles an hour.
I think Jared's afraid
Yeah,
of
dude,
birds.
I don't know. That's scary. I'll take
I'd be
birds.
scared.
I know a lot of people who are afraid of birds, actually.
Dude, birds are reptiles. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Creepy.
That's scary.
They're cold-blooded, son.
We saw some crows getting in a fight the other day at the coffee stand.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that has concluded this episode. That was fun.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
that
I like having other people on here.
It's fun. You
It's
should
fun
do
to
it
have
more
a
often.
conversation. Yeah, I think I will. I'll probably do it on Zoom though, because I live nowhere
Far.
near a lot of people.
Yeah.
But Zoom's cool. This is just better quality and kind of more fun because we're here together
Yeah.
as a little family.
Family.
These are my girls right here.
Aww.
My women.
This is our father.
Yeah, I'm dad. Cool. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for.
Of course. And let's sign it out. How are we gonna do it?
I don't know. What do you do? Stop it, Ollie.
Okay, on the count of 3, we're gonna do this. You're gonna do the little thingy. You gotta twirl it, and then go peace.
Peace.
Okay,
Peace.
ready? 1, 2. Peace.
That wasn't good.
Okay, cool.